If you wanted to check it out, the best solution to manage all your passcodes, you are in the right place. So let's get started with that. Welcome guys to Express. My name is Steven. In this tutorial, I'm going to be discussing and having a full tutorial for the 1Passcode.com application website. This one should be helping us to manage all the strong passcodes that you have into, let's say, more and multiple accounts. So in this tutorial, we're going to be discussing how to get started with the 1Passcode platform, how to create and manage your vault, the generate secure passcodes, the browser extensions, and the Autofill tool. We have the secure notes and personal information, sharing and collaborating, some security tips, and some settings that can help you in order to get started today. So let's just get started. So as you can see here, I'm already into the 1Passcode.com. I'm going to leave you guys a link down below in the description so you can start totally for free today. And check this out here. Usually what the 1Passcode can help us to get started with is that we can protect ourselves, we can protect our family, whatever. Here we have the global workflows with simple security, easy collaborations, and actionable insights. So what I do here, what a lot of people do here, is that when they have a lot of accounts, when they have a Google account, a Facebook account, a TikTok account, Shopify account, usually they or we all use, let's say, the same passcode. And if you have to change that passcode, you needed to write it down somewhere because it's a little bit hard to remember all of the passcode that we do have through the years when we create an account and then create a new account. So with 1Passcode, usually this is like the great tool to forget anything, forget all your passcode, and focus into just, let's say, like one master key to unlock all of those. So once again, I'm going to leave you once again the link down below in the description, and once you head that down, we have this new section where you can just get started with the 1Passcode. So what I want to do is to type my actual name. Let's go here and type my email address and hit into create my account. So once you have created your account, it's going to be sending you a 6-digit verification code that you needed to, of course, provide to them in order to continue. Now let's create a actual passcode. Now setting up a passcode, you can easily remember. It's going to be really helpful. And let's say that this is like your master passcode in order to access all of your passcodes that you have through a lot of actual applications. So you want to make sure that all of those are actually easy to remember. So I'm going to go for my actual passcode really quick. Now we have the unique secure key. Now this secret key is generated by this own device. Now it's ours, only ours, and we don't need to never share this. Of course, I'm going to try to skip this part because this is totally secret. So it's going to be generating me a PDF file, which I have here, and I have saved now my secret key. So usually here, my trial has now been installed. With the link that I can leave you down below in the description, we now have a trial version of 2 weeks, which I think is now enabled automatically. So we have now the let's get started, the get the passcode, the browser extension. I'm going to move on into the next one. It says move your passcode in, all your passcodes in on all your devices. We have the browsing here, the personal files, and I believe that will be actually it. So in order to get started, what I wanted to do is to focus into the right part that says integrations. And as you can see, we have the infrastructure secret management section. So we can secure our stuff with different virtual cards. For example, secure connect your passcode account with virtual cards provided to access and fill your cards anywhere online passcode in your browser. So if I key into privacy.com, this one should be bringing me into the actual application, where what I can do is to create my account and add my credit in the old debit cards if I frequently buy stuff online. But the thing here is that all of these elements should be saved by some privacy cards with the actual browser extension. So you're going to be generating me a new one, so I don't need to add or to save any website, any credit card among into other websites or applications, whatever. So this is really strong, really helpful application. So what I'm going to be doing here now, before to add this, is to add the actual extension. So if I go into Google extensions, this one should be bringing me into the web store of Chrome. So what I want to do is to try to find the 1Passcode. So I go for 1Password, and it should be showing me the 1Password password manager. Now this password manager is going to be helping me to have everything into just one side of the browser. Now it's really important that if you have more than just one browser, you want to choose only one of them, because the extension of 1Passcode should be added into only and only one section, one browser. In this case, we have the Chrome or the actual Brave. So I hit into add to the Chrome. I add this extension, and automatically now this extension should be installed really easy. So what I want to do now is to hit into all my extensions, and what I want to do is to pin this extension into the upper side. So as you can see, we have now this new section. Go here into the 1Passcode, and we have now welcome to 1Passcode. Now usually this one appears into Spanish because we are actually into another country that speaks Spanish. So I'm going to try to hit into continue and into sign in. In this case, my account is now being let's say showed here because I am already inside the 1Passcode. So what I just need to do is to continue once again with the same passcode that we have just created, and hit into continue. And we are now going to exit back into 1Passcode. I'm going to try to reload the page now that my actual account has now been imported, and there we go. So if I go into my profile, check out that we have the trusted device and browsers. We have the generated secret key just in case you wanted to regenerate that. We have the more actions, we have the travel mode. This one is going to be really helpful to turn on to remove balls from your device, and the auto lock should be added automatically. So let's go back here, have the bald. Now the bald is going to be helping us to track everything that we have added through a lot of socials, through a lot of applications, through websites, and all of those. So let's go into import passcodes. So let's say that I have an account and lots of accounts from iCloud keychains. I choose iCloud, export data from Apple. Let's go into continue, and go into continue once again. Now usually here is going to be asking you to drag and drop a CSV file here, or to select an actual file. So if you don't have this file, if you want to generate this totally for free, I'm going to open a new tab. Let's go for Google Sheets, for example, or Sheets. Let's go here into sign in, and I'm going to generate a new spreadsheet. So I'm going to hit now into passwords. And this is the part where you wanted to manage all your passcodes that you have through a lot of your socials and all of those. So let's go, and let's say that I have an account into Instagram, I have an account into Facebook, I have an account of TikTok, I have an account for, let's say for example, Walmart, a pharmacy store. All of your actual elements, add those into the CSVS file, into this new spreadsheet. What I'm going to be doing here is to, let's say, select platform, and let's go here, username. The other section should be passcode, or passcode, let's say something like that. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to be just generating something really easy. Of course, this is an example. Of course, this is not real. Let's say for example that my username of Instagram should be example 123, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing with other like this. So my username is this one, and the passcode should be example 123, right? So I'm going to try to do exactly the same thing here. So check it out here. The username and the passcode are actually the same. So what I'm going to be doing here now is to export these elements and add this into my 1Passcode. So let's go and try to make this much more easier. And I'm going to go here into File and choose the one that says Download. Now into download, what you wanted to do is to look out for CSV file, comma separated values. So I choose this element, and let's go for passwords of the 2023. So in my case, it's something really small, but I believe that you have a lot of applications, you have a lot of stuff that you might be having more than 20, 30 arrows, rows, whatever. So choose the one. Let's go for downloads here. I hit into save. And now I can select my CSV file that we have just chose. Let's go here into select a file, passcode of the 2023. I hit into open and I hit now into continue. Now, as you can see, we have the import finished. It says 6 items were added to the personal vault. I'm going to hit into view imported items. And as you can see, we now have this recently imported and all these elements were added automatically. So as you can see, we have the Facebook, the Instagram, the platform, the TikTok, and the Walmart. So usually what this actually appears is that the actual username and the website appears in here. So if you wanted to change this, I can, let's say, instead of choosing this account, I'm going to try to go back. Instead of passcode, let's go for website. And here into this actual website, go for Instagram. Usually what I do is to copy this URL, I paste it, and instead of going with Instagram, I just go with, in this case, Facebook. And I do exactly the same thing with this new accounts. And lastly, let's go for Walmart. So I'm going to try to do exactly the same thing. I download this is a CSV file, and this would be the passcodes number 2. Now let's go back here. And if you don't like what you're seeing here, you think this importing section has been added, let's say not great, just delete those. But what I do here is that I just edit this instead of just edit it directly from my spreadsheet. For example, here I have the Facebook, right? So I have this, I'm gonna go into cancel. I have the Facebook section, I'm gonna hit into edit. And here what I do is to choose my username, my passcode, once again, remember that is 12345, whatever. And I have the website. And here into this website, let's go for facebook.com. The web address, the label, let's go for Facebook only, or you can choose social media. And hit now into save. So now I have my username and my passcode already been generated. So if I choose example 1234, for example, now what I'm going to do is to copy this passcode and paste it directly into that website. So I'm going to just try to make like a quick sample here and try to locate my actual account. So since I have the Walmart already been added down here, I'm going to go here into Walmart, and instead of choosing the example here website, I go for www, let's go for walmart.com and hit into save. So it's going to be asking me to add my email. If I go into this new section, I have the Walmart account, name of the user, so I can just use the autocomplete and hit to continue. So it is actually working. What I'm going to be doing now is to try with Instagram. And as you can see, I have the autofill button here. Now I am inside here. So if I go into this browser section, I should see that my Instagram should be added directly into all my passcodes. There we go. So it is actually working, and I think it's really great. So now we have verified that all our accounts are now working correctly. So usually what you just wanted to do is to make sure that you are signed in correctly through all your actual accounts in order to just save those or all of those elements directly in them. So I want to try to reload this page, and once again it's going to be asking us to sign in. As you can see, we now have enabled the 1Password account. If I choose this option, we are automatically going to be filled the actual passcode. So I hit into sign in, and my account should now be really easy to access. This is why we use the actual passcode, the 1passcode.com section. Now you can create your own or your new vault if you are interested into, let's say, to manage one social medias into one place, your work stuff into another vault, your families or something personal into another vault. And to do that, just go into new vault, and here let's say that I have the vault name working accounts like this, and description, you should be adding this is my vault personal or business usage. Hit into done. You can select your own custom images. For example, let's say this portfolio, and I hit into create my vault. So now automatically this new vault is now being created, and I can import the data if I want to. And I have more actions like just delete the value, or save to travel. So I can hit into import data, and let's say that I wanted to import from one browser into another one. Usually whatever browser actually does is that when you sign into a new account, usually it's going to be asking you to, if you wanted to save that passcode, to later on you can autofill it into your actual browser. So this is why you can add all of the autofillment section into this new browser. So how do I make sure that I have the autofilled from one browser? Let's say, for example, that I'm using these Brave sections. I'm going to go into open a new tab. Let's go into the border here into the upper side, and let's go into the configuration. So if I focus now into the configuration, usually what I do is to check out the history section, privacy and security, and I have here my actual passcodes. So as you can see, every time that I sign into Instagram or mercadolibre.com, we have here a few passcodes in order to make the autofillment. So if I hit into this new section, says my browser, I hit Brave, these sections should be added automatically into my 1Password vault. Well, this is why, this is the reason why we choose to add those directly into your actual 1Password account. So I'm going to go back here. Let's go into this import your passcodes. Now I'm going to go back here. We have now added, we have seen how does the actual import your passcode works. Now check it out. How does it get the application works? Now downloading the 1Password through your desktop or to mobile devices can be helping you to do exactly the same thing. But now this one, since your account is now being signed in and you have imported all your passcodes, you don't have to do the sign in or all of this process we have done through all other mobile devices or desktop devices. So that means that you just need to sign in into whatever device that you're going to be using, and all your passcodes should be created and added there. So this is like the great and magic solution to don't forget your passcode, to be secure there, and don't have to freaking out just in case that you don't have these new accounts secure. I believe like the only application, the only passcode that we needed to have in mind, to keep in mind, is the one that we needed to sign into 1password.com. Now currently we are using an actual trial up to 14 days. Sometimes if you're just getting started, sometimes I believe this one actually gave us up to 7 days. But once again, with the link down below, you have 14 days so you can check it out if this one actually works for you. Now, what I truly loved about this application is that it actually only comes from one payment per month, which is $35 plus taxes to make the subscription. But this one actually comes with email supporting, friendly, helpful support included. They have 1 GB storage and 365-day item history. Restored deleted items and passcodes should be created and added here into 1Password.com, which I think is like really great that they don't have like enough let's say trial versions or plans there. They only have one available, and this one actually I think is like the one that we all need through our actual accounts. Now you can share your 1Password with your family or with a team. That totally depends on what you're actually trying to do in this actual application. So you can upgrade to 1Password families. So in here you can add, you're going to be paying $5 per month for a family up to 5 people annually, which I think is really great. Or to upgrade the 1Password for teams. Now for teams is a total of almost $4 per team member per month annually, which I think is like really useful if you wanted to share a lot of passcodes through, let's say, even stream services, music stream services, social medias, and all of that. So you can actually decide to only share values vaults or your whole account if you're actually willing to do that. For example, here I'm gonna hit into view vault, and here's all my elements added automatically. So I can go into share this account. In order to share this, I can go into view sharing history. No one has shared this item using a link. But if you want to share that, you wanted to generate a private URL, which in this case is actually disabled for this actual vault. Now we have the actual watch tower. Now the actual watch tower is going to be helping us to choose. I'm going to choose an actual single value so you can see more information about that. I'm going to hit into the watch tower, and you can see you have the overall passcode strength. You have the excellent, which I think is going to be really helpful. Now this new watchtower is going to be helping to, let's say, find some vulnerable passcodes, look out for saved passcode in an online database or secure exploit provider. So I'm going to hit into check now, and there's no compromised website. If actually there's appears something here or reuse passcode, do not use the same passcode on multiple websites, create unique passcodes to improve your security. This one actually is going to be helping us to figure out what we can do to change like 1Password to passcode or make our passcode even stronger. So you can change, we can use to weak passcode, everything actually looks good. On secure website, everything looks good so far. And now here into the two-factor authenticator is going to be telling us you can save your two-factor authenticator code for this account in 1Password. Learn how to enable the two-factor authenticator, and we can add the two-factor authenticator through Instagram and actual Facebook. So this is really really helpful to having the actual watchtower into our applications. And lastly, we have the achieved section. Now the achieved section is, let's say, all this stuff that you currently not deleted but just send it directly into the chip, because there is stuff that you actually don't need anymore, but sometime at some point you might be needing this just in case of an emergency or something like that. So this is a really strong device and really great tool to have it directly into your wallets and into your account. So with that being said, guys, we have now covered the basics of how you can get started into your 1Password.com website. Once again, you have the free trial version up to 14 days directly through the link down below. You should see that we can add tons of vaults there, and we now check it out like this actual autofill section works. So we check it out that this section is actually really looking great. Our username, everything actually looks great so far. So I have tried this with another account with almost like 4 accounts for a team members for more than 5 months, and this is actually really helpful. The price is not that cheap, but it's actually worthy for what all of the elements they have to offer. And when it comes to saving your account, to save and secure everything, I believe this is actually really valuable. So once again, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to check out more tutorials of the 1Password.com. We have tons and tons of videos like this directly into Express, so I can incentivize you to check out our channel and check out more videos like this. Now, once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching the video. Hopefully this was very useful for you guys, and well, see you next time.